Hey guys, I got a huge spoiler warning here. Do not watch this video if you don't want to be spoiled. I'm going to go take a look at all the deaths and ways to save all the different characters. So if you haven't played through the game once, you really owe it to yourself to do it, and then you can come back here because there's multiple trophies required for killing everyone and for saving everyone. So I'm going to run through all of those character by character. Now I'm going to start off with Matt. Now, his demise can be met in episode 6 when you got this pack of, what is it, moose or turtles? I have no idea what the hell they are. But anyways, if you attack with your axe here, now you're going to have a quick time event and use your axe. You will eventually get pushed towards the back of the cliff, and if you don't hit the quick time event in time, you are going to fall and you will die. Now, he probably deserves it. No need to pick on the wildlife if you don't need to. I don't know how he doesn't see this coming. But Matt is getting pushed back here, and he's going to fall because he did not look at the totem that would tell me this would happen. So I kind of fell there. I didn't hit the quick time event, and I fall and crack my head on the rock. Now, Matt can also die a little bit later from this point at the radio tower after it starts falling. If you choose not to jump to safety, he is going to fall. So if you just hit save Emily twice, he will eventually meet his demise unless you have the flare gun. But we'll cross that bridge here in just a moment. Also, just a quick note, there may be other points at which characters can die. I didn't fail every single quick time event in the game just to see if people would die in certain places. But this is a way you can kill everyone because, again, there's trophies for that. Now, you will then get put up onto this hook if you don't have the flare gun, or if you have the flare gun, don't use it. If you don't have it, don't worry, you're going to die. So to save him, don't do what I just did. Simple as that. We're going to move on to Emily. Emily can die, and again, many characters can die in this fashion by not completing a quick time event. This is one of the cases. Although this is, if you're going to kill Emily, this is probably not the place to do it. There's another method in which a trophy is tied to, which is kind of convenient. But we're going to come take this mine elevator up, and then we're going to have to go run for our lives. Now, at the end of this run, you're going to run up a conveyor belt, and you can apparently die with the crusher or the grinder. So that's another way as well. Emily, unfortunately, has got several ways in which she can die. Some of them good, some of them bad. Although I guess dying is just always bad. But as you can see here, I'm just failing the quick time events. You're not going to have any issues keeping the characters alive as long as you're good at quick time events, and they're not that difficult. But as you can see, she just got her eyes gouged out. Now, I mentioned that you can kill her in other ways. If you do make up the conveyor belt and get caught here by that Wendigo, you will get bitten. And then when you're in the basement here with Mike and the rest of the people, if Mike has an opportunity to shoot her. So you can also shoot her, and that will result in a trophy as well.
Shit, Mike!
So moving on to Chris. There's a few ways in which he can die, and they're all really kind of tied to this and an event earlier in the game. But after our stranger friend here, the flamethrower guy, loses his head, and there's nothing you can do to prevent that poor guy. If all you need to do is fail any of the quick time events between this point and the run to the lodge. So poor Chris is going to meet his maker here. Again, just to save him, just make sure you hit the quick time events. Not too difficult. Now, another way he can die is if you go back 2 episodes. In episode 6, Chris is going to have the option to shoot either himself or Ashley. If you shoot Ashley, you'll actually get a trophy. And then regardless of what you do in episode 8, when you make it back to the lodge, Ashley is just going to stare at you and not help you, and it's going to cost you. She's going to remember. This is why you don't piss off women. So again, if you want to save him, don't point your gun and shoot Ashley. Either do nothing or aim it at yourself. Now, in episode 9, speaking of Ashley, we're going to take care of her. And when you're in the sewers, you're going to hear a noise. She's going to think it's Jessica. And we're going to investigate this noise. Now, from what I understand, this, I think, is the only way you can kill her. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, let's be honest. Like I said, there's 1,000 different choices in this game, and I did not run through every single path. Alright, so we're going to go down this tunnel, and you're going to find this little trap door here. It's making noise and banging. If you open this, you will die. So to save, Ashley, don't open this. There is a collectible down this path, so you want to come down here anyways. So there we go, another person losing their head. Poor Ashley. I won't say she doesn't deserve it, and she kind of does because she is directly responsible for killing Chris. Even though Chris did point the gun, that gun only had blanks in it, so ultimately it didn't cost her her life. But I understand her hatred towards him. Alright, so Jessica, I'm going to kind of back up here to number 4. After she gets taken through the window, Mike is going to go and chase after her. If you just fail, and by the way, this is humorous watching him fail over and over. If you just fail all the quick time events on the way to where she's at, by the time you get there, it's going to be too late. So of course, to save Jessica at this point, you're just going to want to make sure you hit all those quick time events, and then you'll come here and she'll still be alive. But as you can see, she's lost her jaw, and she is dead. Now there are points in this game where you're going to think a character dies, and that's not going to be the case. So if you're wondering why I'm not showing a certain event, it's because that event probably didn't actually kill the person. Such as if Jessica was still alive here and that cage fell, she's actually still alive. As you can see here in episode 10, she will fall down there. This time her jaw is intact. So we're going to just travel along the path. Matt is not with me because we killed him earlier. But if Matt is with her, if you try running, she's going to die. Because as you can see, she's in no condition to run. In fact, I'm not entirely sure how she's able to walk. So she's going to slowly move along here. To save her, what you need to do is hide. And then you're going to have to stay still, do some button prompts. So here is your choice. Are we going to run or hide? Well, if you want to kill her, try to run. Not entirely sure why she thought she can run. So poor Jessica is, she had a really rough night. And one of the more gruesome of deaths. At least she didn't lose her head completely. Alright, in episode number 10, we're still here. Sam and Mike, these two are going to always make it to the lodge regardless of what you do in the game. Their destinies are going to be here. You can't do anything about it. But once you are here, you can kill Sam quickly here in the beginning just by failing this don't move prompt. So just keep moving. You're going to have to actually do it twice. And the second time is going to ultimately end up in her demise. Poor Sam, because she was the only genuine character in the game. My favorite by far. So here's the second time. And, yeah, it's very sad to watch this. She was the only one not in on the original prank in the prologue. Alright, so that leaves just Mike. And unfortunately, he's going to have to sacrifice himself here. Because the ending is always the same with the lodge going ablaze. So since he's the only one left, everyone else has died. He's going to have to use the lighter with him still inside. Now, as a side note, if there are a couple other characters, Emily, for example, if she's still alive at this point, and you immediately run to the switch, she will die as well. But since Mike was the last one left, that leaves no one standing outside, and we are going to get a trophy. A gold trophy at that, called This Is the End. So what if you want to make sure everyone's alive at this point? Because you can easily accidentally kill somebody. So in that case, you want to save Mike, and then hide, and then keep hiding. You don't want to do anything other than save Mike and then hide. And then eventually, she is going to run on her own after everyone has cleared the building, hit the switch, set the entire lodge ablaze, and do some some cooking there with the Wendigos. And as you can see, this time, everyone is going to stand up and everyone's going to be alive. Cool thing about this is there's several trophies that are actually tied to the actual keeping everyone alive. There's one for having all the men alive, or all the boys, and then one for having all the girls survive, and then another for having everyone survive, and then an additional one where Jessica survived. So it's there. You're gonna get a bunch of trophies here. Probably about 50% of the entire trophy percent. So there you go. That is how you can kill and how you save all the characters in the amazing Until Dawn game. I love it. If you haven't played it, I'm assuming you have, because you shouldn't be watching this video if you didn't. But thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and we will see you soon.